Welcome to the Daily Exchange. We're back, guys. I've been unwell, really unwell. But so is the cryptocurrency market, but we're going to change all that today and talk about, with you guys today, cryptocurrency and banks. We're going to talk about Pokemon and bears. Big ones, little ones. We'll be right back right after this, guys. Welcome back, guys. We're going to talk about top coins right now, just really work out where in the market exactly we are. Joel, if you want to, I think we've got some analysis we've been just want to kick off with in terms of my charts. Joel, if you want to bring up my charts, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad. Here we go.
That was a good one. Joel, I like that. Bitcoin at back in a little bit in the green at 6336. We're in this weird sideways move with Bitcoin. You know that sideways move? Whenever I see those sideways moves, you go back a bit. Whenever they are, they tend to figure out like it's not sure where the market's going to go. And it tends to make a big move in one way or another. And I think that's where we are at right now. You know, we're in this sideways movement. We've kind of been trending a little bit down. There was a bit of an up, back up. But it's kind of like we've got this weird downs and ups and sideways now. It's really triangulating and figuring out where exactly it wants to go. Now, in terms of the total market, you know, we're at the lowest mark in 2018. That's pretty low. Joel, how are you feeling? You feeling pretty low?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually.
I'm actually feeling pretty good as well. I just brought my tissues. I've been a bit unwell, guys, and I apologize. I haven't been rolling out the show for a bit. And thanks so much for listening, guys. We're up to 818 subscribers now. Do subscribe, tell your friends, and we're trying to put out the best content we possibly can. 213 billion in market cap now. We were at 800 billion back in January, so we're tightening up a little bit. We lost about 43 billion in the last 5 days. Punchy, very punchy. But you know what? And this is something which I was talking about a lot. And during sort of the start of 2018, February, when all these people were investing in these ICOs, and I was just looking at them and I was saying, look, I think these are all crazy projects. It's all good, you know, this whole thing until the music stops. And I can still hear the music playing, but I think right now I can't quite hear the music as loud. I think the music's softening down. It's almost like the last song at the party. You might have one more banger, and then I don't think the music's going to play anymore for this whole utility token thing. And a lot of that equity and a lot of that value, I think, is going to go back into Ethereum. I think that's the reality. Ethereum was the token which people were raising, and this increased the velocity of Ethereum. And what you're seeing right now is everyone rushing back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just like, it's going up and everything else is just hurting. You know, let's look at the top coins. Obviously, Bitcoin at 6316, Ethereum at $318. $318. Ooh, that's punchy. That's real punchy. EOS at $4.99. $4.99. Wow. It's like the cheapest you could buy a coffee for an EOS. I remember when it was 23 bucks. Bitcoin Cash at $571. Ethereum Classic, I don't understand Ethereum Classic. It's apparently a hedge on Ethereum. But if you're hedging on something which is going down, why is it not going down? I don't know. $13.22. Litecoin at $58. Litecoin has just been hurting so much. That one really is under pressure. Ripple's ducked under 30 cents at 29 cents. And Stellar at 22 cents. Binance Coin at $11.67. Binance Coin. The old Binance Coin. I always find Binance Coin fascinating. Anyway, Coinbase Pro halted BTC and USD trading while it resolved some issues here and in Australia. And users are unable to trade on BTC markets due to an apparent DDoS attack. Sorry, that wasn't Coinbase Pro, that was BTC markets. BTC markets were experiencing a DDoS attack. There's the tweet for you guys. As you can see, there's a bit of a shocker for those guys. Really slowed down their business. And kind of opened up the gateway, I guess, for some other exchanges and other services to launch in Australia, particularly. Yeah, it has always been a very reliable system, but potentially now there could be some other opportunities for other exchanges out there to enter into the space. Bitcoin's dominance is back up to 51% of the market. Yeah, this is vortex going on right now. Everyone piling back into Bitcoin. And I think there's a lot of coins that are literally, they are getting, I'd say, pretty close to zero. Pretty close to zero. Quite a few of them indeed. And I think it's because there is no inherent value, there's no cash flow, there's no thing, unless those coins out there, these utility coins, change their model and give back some sort of, tokenomics where they buy coins, burn coins. I think a lot of these coins should just buy their coins back. There are a lot of projects out there and they are literally not doing a thing. They have missed every single deadline, and the reason why they're missing those deadlines is because there is no project. There's nothing there. They were just sold on the hype of this quick flip back in January, February, March, and most people are, and actually I believe, they don't actually want to get their tokens. That's a reality because there is nothing there. These coins are going to get dumped on exchanges because everyone's realized there's nothing there. There are projects out there, and I'll mention a few. There's a project called, for example, Nexo, which is a lending coin, and I think they're real. I think it's a real business. They've got $1 billion lined up. They've lent out millions of dollars, and they're coming up for the dividend at the end of the year, and I think it'll change the valuation. Very interesting to see what happens there. I think Bitcoin's showing great promises, again, of being a store of value, and it's weathered this alt storm, all this random explosion of coins, which, I don't know, for some reason, yeah, we're supposed to be something, but as I said, I never thought they were going to be much, unfortunately, because it just can't be that many network effects of coins. It just can't be. It's just too big a value. Obviously, it's Bitcoin's going back up, and yeah, I think it's becoming really the safe haven right now as other markets are really collapsing. They're really, really under pressure. A couple of coins I've seen are just, yeah, they're not doing that much, and they're going to hurt more and more and more. Obviously, I think as an institutional buyer, if they were to come in, and as they do, I do think that Bitcoin will probably be their entry point, as can be seen from this period in time. You wouldn't want to enter on a very random alternative coin right now, because I'm not sure if that's going to help you long term. Obviously, the last day or so, Bitcoin's been sitting around 6,300 to 6,400, and we're trying to test potentially that 6,500 mark. Let's see what happens. Now, I'm just going to go to a video with Rabi we had at the head of trading at BitTrade last week on Friday. He had to say something about Bitcoin, altcoins, and Ethereum. Joe, if you want to roll up the video, I think it was a very interesting statement. I want to bring this, guys, to your attention.
Now, the thing is, I mean, people have to appreciate, moving up 1,000 or 2,000 and, getting nervous about, this recent sell-off. Why, right? This is not an altcoin. Bitcoin has been going around for 9 years. If you believe in the underlying
company
technology,
that's just going to drop off.
Exactly right. Right? These are the perfect levels to accumulate, right? In terms of technically what we want to see, right now, because of that false break, we would need to see that high being taken out, right? Yeah. Simple as that. Now, that may not happen for a while. This will probably extend a little bit lower, and continue going lower. Or, these are good levels here because it's just collected a bit of demand, right? But, majority of, the guys at BitTrade and the view that we have is, accumulating anything in the sixes for a long term is, the best bet.
Yeah, nice. So let's go now. So obviously this has been something that's happened across the whole industry the last couple of weeks. How do you feel about Ethereum in this space? Is it similar?
Yeah. Well, not really. I've got a chart to show you guys. So this is the top 10 altcoins, right?
Yep.
So it's basically charting the top 10 altcoins. You can see, like, Ethereum, Litecoin, and stuff like that, and it's given a weighting to it, right? So it's a basket, right?
Yep.
Similar to stocks where you've got the XJO and stuff like that. Anyhow, this looks weak, right? But it is forming a pennant, right? It sort of looks like a very large ABC pattern about to form, right? Where you've got, or a third wave rather, but you'll see something like that, of that nature, right? So overall, I mean, these prices, disregard the prices, but just in terms of the view on the charts, we have a bit of a demand zone here. We're testing the 78.6, and the other one's just back here at around the 88.6. So overall, this is a barometer of the alt market, right? So 2 legs down, there should be a turning point either here or back around that 88.6. But going to your question, Ethereum, it looks sort of dangerous, right? I mean, if this support level breaks, the next lows are down here.
Yeah.
That's
a big drop.
That's a big drop. That's a big drop. So
how is it usually when we've had those big drops with Ethereum like that? How is it then? How is it usually affected ERC20 tokens like that? Do they
positively correlated, very strongly correlated?
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, we look at Ethereum as the main currency. I mean, Bcash moves a bit by itself, and so does EOS, but majority of the ERC20 tokens, they follow Ethereum.
Welcome back. Thanks, Robbie, as well, for all that analysis. Guys, Ethereum's definitely taking an absolute punishing right now, and I think that's because a lot of the altcoins are being sold back into Ethereum, and people are experiencing these 90%, 95% drops, and they're panicking a bit, and they're selling their Ethereum probably back into Bitcoin as well. So that's sort of, that whole situation ain't great at all. Litecoin, as I said, I think it's just, I'm not sure what's exactly, apart from this news with HTC, its sort of use case is becoming questionable over time. We'll see how we go. EOS, just above $5. Obviously, the Everipedia has announced it's going to use the EOS blockchain, obviously, and it's done its airdrop. Haven has announced that they will be launching a stablecoin on EOS as well, which is very, very interesting, which also runs on Ethereum as well. And they'll be operating on both networks separately. It'll be the first stablecoin on EOS. Welcome, Haven, to EOS. There is some interesting talks right now of the forks of EOS in the form of Telos, EOS Force, Ono, and others. Telos in particular has been seeing quite a bit of momentum right now. Now, the fork of EOS would be absolutely intense. That would be very intense. Having multiple EOSs out there would be like, it's like 2 giant, maybe even 3 giant silverback gorillas storming around the city trying to smash the mountains. Never know your luck at a big city, but in cryptocurrency, that's for sure. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's get out of that, shake those bears off. Joel, appreciate the bear analogy with the man himself. A lot of doom and gloom, but let's talk about the actual counter program. We've got the positive news. Let's talk about what's going on. Coinbase has launched a crypto plugin for e-commerce platform WooCommerce, enabling crypto payments on potentially millions of shopping sites. Yes, buying crypto. That's awesome. ETF has been submitted, a new one from Bitwise Asset Management. Its ETF would fund and track the returns of its Hold 110 index, a market cap weighted index of the 10 largest cryptocurrencies. It's good. More ETFs. More ETFs. Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, the world's largest traditional exchanging operator, is planning to tokenize the world on blockchain. And last week, obviously, it announced its digital asset and crypto platform Backed, and working with companies like BCG, Microsoft, and Starbucks. That's really cool. And obviously, the regulated exchanges right now are creating their own institution-focused cryptocurrency exchange, complete with derivatives, custody solutions, and asset tokenization systems. You know, the way I see that is it's kind of like the New York Stock Exchange is taking a hedge on digital assets and building their own sort of security exchange. I think it's really interesting. I definitely think it would be an exchange that I personally would sign up to. I'm not saying this is financial advice at all, but yeah, I definitely think ICE's involvement, which owns the New York Stock Exchange, increased involvement in cryptocurrency will spell the increased usage of it. The World Bank wants to be the first in the world to issue a bond on the blockchain, and they are working with the Commonwealth Bank to make it happen. It is called Blockchain Offered New Debt Instrument, or Bondi. Sounds a bit like the old beach in Australia. Paul Smith from the World Bank, he says, blockchain provides an immutable and append-only record that can be almost instantaneously updated, and a transaction takes place within seconds. This is the fundamental difference. If you have a trusted record, there is no need for every participant to have their own copy of their position. If everybody trusts the ledger, all we need to do is point it to know and report our positions. Sophie Gilder-Hell of Blockchain at CBA says this is the first step towards how capital markets will look in the future. Now, just so you're aware, they are going to fork Ethereum and make a private Ethereum for this. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. I do think corporates are going to run a lot of private blockchains, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. A lot of corporates ran private intranets when the internet came out, and that was a major, major trend. Unfortunately, that trend actually got completely busted up after a while because they realized supporting an entire internet is brutal. It's insane. It's bonkers. But let's just let the corporates go and do that right now. They want to try and own the world and boil an ocean, which is a great idea short term. But right now, it's probably going to be the way. They're going to go build their intranets, then eventually they'll come back and they'll use their internets. Public internet. That's what happened. They all move back into the cloud. And my forecast is people are going to forecast EOS, these corporates are going to fork EOS, fork Ethereum, all these kind of things, run their little blockchains, and eventually realize that maintaining an entire blockchain is a lot of work. And what you'll see is a transition back to a public blockchain. It's okay. It's just normal. It's just going to take some time. It won't do great things to the price in the short term, potentially. That's not financial advice, but definitely going to happen. All right, in trading trends.
Well, Fred, now Fred, speaking of banks and cryptocurrency, you've been in the news a bit recently, and here's a video to remind you.
Finder CEO Fred Schebesta joins me live at the desk.
Now's the time to do that. So what we do is we basically use the same rules that you need to sign for a sophisticated investor, where you obviously need to do your own research. This is not I'm not giving financial advice, but you can definitely buy large-scale amounts of cryptocurrency and invest in that and make that part of your portfolio. The one thing about Bitcoin is it's consistent. It's delivering on its core promise that it was written on, and that consistency allows you to rely on it, and they're obviously developing on that. They're trying to solve it. Just like any computer program, if you remember Windows, over time it got better and better and better and better and things like that. They kept building on it. They're doing that with Bitcoin as well. There's definitely advancements. Whether or not they're actually going to do it or not, I can't say, and I guess this is where we're all at. We're all looking at these technologies as how they're advancing. My contention to you, bud, is they're some of the most incredible developers working on Bitcoin. It's an incredible technology. It's a great thesis. There are people trying to change that and manipulate it, but it still keeps going. As I said, it's 9 years old now.
Okay, cool. Interesting.
Welcome back, guys. Yeah, I've been in the news a little bit, talking up a bit of a storm. Joel, what do you think about my news story recently?
I really like it. I think you held yourself really well on camera. I think it was great. A lot of smiles.
Joel, do you think I'm a time traveler? Do you think I come from the future?
It's possible. I think if anyone I know, it could be you. You got the highest chance.
I don't want to tell everyone, otherwise I'm going to get caught by the FBI, but I do believe I am a bit of a time traveler. Tell us, Joel, would you bank at a crypto bank, Joel?
I think I would. I think unless you have your money in your mattress, I think that's theoretically just as risky. So yeah, I would. You know what?
So would I.
Yeah, life's too short to be worried about.
I think we're in this weird, you know what I think we're in? We're in this weird moment in the blockchain space where it's a bit scary. And everyone's looking for the next thing. We're all a bit scared. And that's okay. You know, I've made mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. And that just takes a bit of time to get there. But right now, I really feel it's okay to be scared. And now it's time to write down all the things we're going to do. It's time to take action. It's time to go and do some things. Because the old models we were thinking about, you know, these ICOs and this quick flips and those kind of things, that ain't going to happen. That's finished now. That's just reality, right? Now it's time to build real use cases, real actionable things which solve people's problems with the blockchain, and go and do those things. Yeah, real life blockchain. Now, I think we've got a quiz, Joel. Is that right?
That's right.
Oh my God, I'm really, really scared about this one. Guys,
Okay.
did anyone watch Pokemon or get into Pokemon as a kid? Unfortunately, I didn't really get into Pokemon. Joel, did you get into Pokemon when you were a kid?
Yeah, I did. I played it so much on my Game Boy, a bit, just too much, really. But I never played it after the first 2 games, so I'm with you, not knowing what most of these answers are going to be. I hope.
So you dedicate your time, Joel, to generosity. Tell us about that. What's generosity?
It is a marathon live stream event. It's a couple of people reported on it being Australia's biggest one. It usually goes between 72 and 84 hours, where we get a variety of streamers and YouTubers to come along and raise money for Checkpoint and Child's Play. So it's 2 different charities. One's for mental health, and the other one is for children in pediatric wards, having different gaming systems to help them pass the time.
That's awesome. And is this where the guys come in and they play the games and they finish the games?
So that's the big one called AGDQ, which is all games done quick.
Oh.
I wish it was that one, but one day, fingers crossed, that's the plan.
What do you do on the stream? What do you do on generosity? What happens?
So because it's a showcase of Australian talent, like that's a part of the focus, we get, the segments can be so varied, and one of them is a sea shanty segment. So we actually get these singers who are like 80 years old with these giant beards who will come in and sing. There's a lot of kind of almost, you'd say, traditional streaming. So you'd have people playing games. We have Liverbee, who's a really big StarCraft streamer. She'll come in and do challenges like eating as many cupcakes as she can while also playing the game and trying to compete at a master's level. But yeah.
I love StarCraft.
I think that's why I brought it up.
I got to a master's level actually on StarCraft too.
Whoa. That's amazing.
Yeah. I didn't hit the Grandmaster.
Okay, you didn't hit the Grandmaster. That's fair enough. Well, okay, now do you want to bring up the quiz on your laptop?
Okay. The quiz is coming, guys. The Pokemon cryptocurrency. So it's a Pokemon cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency. .bubbleapps.io. Pokemon cryptocurrency. I've missed an L, I think. And an E. My spelling this morning is not doing too well. So we've got. Oh, I think I've spelled it wrong. I think it's Pokemon O. Because I don't think they can. Probably can't say. No. Pokemon O cryptocurrency.bubble apps. Pokemon cryptocurrency. I'll just drop that. Pokemon cryptocurrency bubble apps. This is going to be intense. Pokemon and cryptocurrency. Okay, which one is the cryptocurrency? Squirtle or Ripple? Well, that's easy.
Yes, that's an easy one.
All right, I'm going to go Ripple.
All right, done. Me too.
Okay,
All right.
correct. This is Squirtle, Ripple. Okay, which one is a cryptocurrency? Numus or Numel?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to go with Numus as the cryptocurrency. Correct!
Oh, nice.
A camel. Numel is a camel that looks dumber than normal camels. Apparently. Which one, you know, guys, the thing about this is we just got to wait in cryptocurrency right now. Blockchain, it's just going to take some time. Just going to take some time. We're working really hard at HiveX right now on some real world applications, and we'll be announcing some more of those things as they come. And it is public. We are working on Ivy Pay right now, which works with the Ivy token, Ivy coin token. And we are working really, really hard on that right now as well. And we'll be showing featuring some new cool stuff coming out. But these quizzes, they kind of pass the time. They help you understand what's going on. And if I was you, get out there, have a crack, join a hackathon, and build something on a blockchain. That's my suggestion. Let's get back to this. Which one is cryptocurrency? Silicon or Neo? Oh, come on. Neo, of course. Correct. Which one is the cryptocurrency? Digibyte. Well, Digibyte, of course. I'm pretty good at this. Which one is the cryptocurrency? Kokelder or Komodo? Komodo. That's easy. Which one is cryptocurrency? Really well Delphox or Vaxels? Voxels? I reckon Voxels. Correct. There we go. This is pretty cool. I'm enjoying this a little bit. Which one is the cryptocurrency? Dragon Chain. Come on. Which one is the cryptocurrency? Gnosis. Come on. Which one is the cryptocurrency? Terracoin, Terrakion, or Terra Nova? Terra Nova, I think, is the cryptocurrency. Correct. Which one is the cryptocurrency? Volcano or Volcanoin? Volcanion. I think it's Volcano. Correct. 10 out of 10!
Amazing.
Yeah! Love it. I'm really happy about that. Let's do one final check on prices, guys. Let's go back. Joel, can you bring up some prices for us if you can?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
The Bears are just on parade. I shouldn't say that, but Joel, how many bears do you have tucked up underneath in your armory there? It's just coming all out all over the place.
Just two
unbelievable.
Today.
Bitcoin 6321, Ethereum at $318, EOS tinkering around that $4.99, Bitcoin Cash at $570, Ethereum Classic, I don't know what you are, but $13.20, Litecoin at $58.89, Stellar at 22 cents, Ripple sneaking down at 29 cents, Binance Coin at $11.67. What's Cardano doing right now? Interesting. Dash. I find that really interesting. Dash, because the Dash node's gotten really, really cheap. I think it's about $184,000 right now to run a master node. Cardano is at 11 cents. Wow. It's insane, some of these prices right now, guys. Some of these are real projects. You know, and you go back, just have a look. Even ZRX. ZRX is a genuine project and it is being used. It is actually operating. Waves just had an absolute bit of a rocket. Let's have a look at crypto. I think it's Crypto Meso, if I'm not mistaken, with the GitHub activity. Republic Protocol has just shot to the top. Republic Protocol is really interesting. It is a shared liquidity protocol for exchanges, and it's again something to have a look at, guys. I'm really interested by that. And they've just dropped a whole lot of changes. We've got a question. There's Komodo. That was in the quiz. Tell us the question, Joel. We're just so what else we got? Komodo making a lot of changes. EOS. Geez, the commits were up and now they're down a bit. That's a bit brutal, actually. The number of commits that are going on in EOS right now. I think EOS is just got to sort out its governance right now. And the other thing about EOS, if someone could tell someone, is can you please, someone from Block One or someone, just fund free accounts into EOS? Just fund free accounts. Don't make people pay for accounts. There's actually, I just would note, but from the hackathon that was just recently in Sydney, there was a really neat app that just came out. EOS Links, And there's another one which is really interesting. And the reason why it's interesting is I believe it gives you a free account with EOS. Is it EOS Links or is it another one? Let me just check. No, I don't think it's EOS Links actually. I think it is Nova. That's it, Nova. Check it out. Nova, this is the app. Download it. It gives you a free EOS. They're giving away free EOS wallets right now. So if you need an EOS wallet and you get to choose your name, it's 12 characters. Download it. Joel, can you post it on the thing for the guys to download? It'll just reserve, like my account could be send love to Fred. Is that enough characters? I'm not sure. Bring in the question, Joel. Do you need an ETF? Do we need an ETF? And is all the hype around it just creating FUD and negatively impacting the market? Should we care about Wall Street coming on board and what negative as well as positive influence is that likely to have? From Blake. Thanks very much, Blake. You know, the thing about an ETF is that what we would do, particularly in a lot of countries where there are super funds and major funds with mandates where they can only purchase things on the stock market or certain assets like that, they will enable them to be able to purchase. A lot of these funds and a lot of these institutions that are not actually able to engage with cryptocurrency currently are not getting involved because they can't, because they're investment mandate. Whereas an ETF may actually circumvent that and enable them to participate. I think it's interesting that Wall Street is participating, and with any market, let's actually break down what does that mean for Wall Street to get involved. Well, I think it's a good thing from the perspective that you've got people who want to take higher risks. Now, cryptocurrency, regardless of what we think of it or not, what we believe in or what we don't, it is high risk. It moves like nothing else, and people look at it that way. Now, you could hedge it with futures, you could hedge it and and balance it out and things like that, and some people can do that. But some people and some fund managers want exposure to risk. They want high risk, and they can't quite get involved right now because of the channel for them to purchase is not possible. Now, it's not really FUD that the ETF hasn't launched. That's not really the thing. Bitcoin's problem right now with that is it's just negatively reacting, I think, more to a sentiment around the alts just really dying. A lot of those alts that weren't really a thing and people getting really angry. I do think potentially there are going to be some legal cases and some of people who have promised to build stuff and never actually have delivered, and I think that's going to be a major issue. But I don't think it's FUD as such. I think if you remember, we were back at, we were touching even $5,800, $5,600 for Bitcoin before this ETF situation came about. Just because it's going to slow down, think of it more and zoom out a bit. It's just taking time. These things take time. And I think Bitcoin is really consolidating to a nice price, right? And from there, we'll determine where we go from there. And I think everyone who's watching and everyone who isn't watching, do share with other people this channel, and let's get the news out there and tell them to come and join the future. And we're going to be, as I said, I'm working very hard right now on solving some real world problems with cryptocurrency and blockchain. And I hope we can serve the community and grow this pie, grow this to be what it is. So let's carry on. Guys, we're going to bring this show to a close. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining. Share this around, subscribe. Let's try and get to 1,000 subscribers. I think we should have a 1,000 subscriber party. Joel, can we have a 1,000 subscriber party? Can you ask?
Yeah.
Can you ask? That idea. Can you ask the guys upstairs if we can have a, ask the boss if we can have a 1,000 subscriber party?
I'll ask him right after the show.
I appreciate that. Come and join us, guys. If you want to join the show as well, if you have something important to say, do write a message. Do send us a note. We do read on all the comments. Join us on Telegram. Join us on Slack. Join us on every channel you could possibly get. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. We've got a really interesting show coming up this week. I've got an interesting guy, George Salmon, coming in on Thursday. We've got who will talk all things about the past, present, and future of blockchain. We've got another guy coming in from Melbourne, my friend Jared from My Crypto Wallet, which will be really, really exciting. And we've got a few other really cool projects coming on to have a chat with us. So up until this point, guys, stay positive, stay beautiful, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. The Daily Exchange!